Listen to me, daughter of destiny. The world may look at you and see a woman walking alone, but they do not know the power that is within you. They do not know the fire that has been placed in your soul. They do not know the strength that carries you forward when others would have fallen. Many have walked away from you, many have misunderstood you, but that does not mean you are weak. It means you are chosen. You do not walk alone in fear. You do not walk alone in defeat. No, you walk alone because you have been set apart for something greater. You are not ordinary. You were not created to follow the crowd. You were not meant to fit into a world that does not recognize your worth. That's why the road has been lonely at times. That's why doors have closed. That's why some people could not go with you. Because where you are going, not everyone can follow. But hear this truth. You walk with purpose. Every step you take is guided. Every battle you face is strengthening you. Every tear you've cried is watering the seeds of your destiny. The world may not understand your journey, but that is because your path is not like theirs. You walk in power. The trials that were meant to break you have only made you stronger. The storms that came to shake you have only made your foundation unmovable. You do not need approval. You do not need validation. You have already been given everything you need to rise. So stand tall, daughter of faith. Keep walking, even when the road is lonely. Keep pressing forward, even when the journey is hard. Your purpose is greater than your pain, and your calling is stronger than your struggles. The world will see your strength. They will see your endurance. They will see the power that is within you. And when they ask, how does she keep going? They will know that she was never truly alone. Walk boldly, walk with fire. Walk with the confidence of a woman who knows she has been set apart for something great. Your time is now. Amen. There comes a time in life when you begin to realize that your path is different. You look around, and it seems as though the road you walk is not crowded. Others have taken a different direction, their journey filled with noise, distractions, and the approval of many. But your steps are quiet. Your way is narrow, and your company is few. This is not a mistake. This is not a punishment. This is a sign that you have been set apart for a greater purpose. Many people desire to fit in, to be accepted, to walk where the crowds go. But not everyone is called to that path. When something is precious, it is not placed in common hands. When something is chosen for greatness, it is not thrown into the mix of the ordinary. Diamonds are not found lying on the ground. Gold is not gathered with pebbles. The things that carry true worth must go through refinement, separation, and a process that prepares them for the value they hold. In the same way, your journey is different because you carry something extraordinary inside of you. There are seasons when loneliness comes not because you are forgotten, but because you are being prepared. The world may not understand you, and that is because you were never meant to conform to its ways. When you are set apart, you are removed from what is common. You are taken out of places where others are comfortable, and you are placed in situations that demand growth. This is not to harm you, but to strengthen you. This is not to break you, but to build you. Those who walk an ordinary path may not face the struggles you do, but they will also never see the victories that are coming your way. The process of being set apart is not always easy. It means there will be moments when you feel misunderstood. It means there will be times when people question why you don't follow the crowd, why you don't settle for less, why you don't take the easy route. But deep inside, you know that you cannot betray the calling on your life just to fit in. You know that you were made for something greater, and to lower yourself for the approval of others would be to walk away from the very reason you were created. Look at those who have been called to great things. Their journey was never smooth. Their path was never ordinary. They had to leave behind familiar places. They had to walk in faith even when they could not see the destination. They had to trust that their separation was not their rejection, but their preparation. In the same way, you must understand that your solitude is not a curse. Your differences are not flaws. Your path is not a mistake. It is all part of the process of being made into who you were always meant to be. The world will offer you many distractions. It will try to convince you that being different is a burden. It will tempt you to compromise, to settle, to take shortcuts so that you don't have to feel the weight of walking alone. But you must stand firm. You must recognize that your uniqueness is not something to hide, it is something to embrace. The very thing that sets you apart is the thing that will elevate you. The very quality that makes you different is the quality that will make you unstoppable. There is a reason you don't feel comfortable in places where others are satisfied. There is a reason you cannot pretend to be someone you are not. It is because your spirit recognizes that you were meant for something more. You have been designed with a purpose so powerful that it refuses to be buried under mediocrity. You have been given a vision so strong that it cannot be silenced by the opinions of others. Do not trade your calling for comfort. Do not exchange your purpose for popularity. The journey may be lonely at times, but what is waiting for you is worth far more than anything you could lose along the way. Every setback, every disappointment, every closed door is not a sign of failure. It is a sign that you are being directed to something better. Sometimes separation is necessary to see clearly. Sometimes isolation is required to develop the strength you need for the battles ahead. If you were surrounded by distractions, you would not be able to hear the guidance that is leading you forward. If you were consumed by the noise of the crowd, you would miss the whisper that is speaking to your destiny. Do not resent the moments when you feel alone. Use them to grow. Use them to prepare. Use them to prepare. Use them to build yourself into the person who can handle the great things that are coming. There is a weight that comes with being chosen. There is a price that comes with carrying a purpose. You cannot live like everyone else because your mission is not like everyone else's. You cannot lower yourself to fit into spaces that were never meant for you. You must be willing to walk the road that few are willing to take. You must have the courage to let go of what is temporary so you can embrace what is eternal. The greatest victories are won by those who refuse to give up, by those who refuse to settle, by those who refuse to be anything less than what they were created to be. You are not here to live an ordinary life. You are not here to blend in. You are here to shine, to rise, to step into the fullness of the destiny that has been placed before you. So walk boldly. Walk with purpose. Walk with the confidence of one who knows that being set apart is not a burden. It is a gift. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are being prepared for something that is greater than you could ever imagine. Stay the course. Keep the faith. Your time is coming. There will come moments in life when the weight of trials will press upon you so heavily that you may wonder if you have the strength to keep going. The road will be long, the burdens will be heavy, and the storms will come without warning. Many people start strong, but not everyone endures. Many declare their willingness to persevere, but when the fire gets hot, they turn back. But you must not be one of them. You must be the one who stands firm, the one who refuses to break, the one who understands that trials are not meant to destroy you, they are meant to prepare you. There is a refining process that takes place in hardship. Just as gold must go through fire to be purified, just as diamonds must endure pressure to be formed, you must walk through trials to become the person you were destined to be. Comfort does not produce strength. Ease does not create endurance. It is in the struggle, in the testing, in the moments when everything inside of you wants to quit, that true power is developed. If everything came easily, if the road was always smooth, there would be no need for strength. It is the resistance that builds you. It is the hardship that transforms you. Look at those who have been through great struggles, those who have walked through valleys of pain, those who have endured loss, rejection, betrayal, and failure. They did not come out weaker, they came out stronger. Their trials did not crush them, they refined them. They learned endurance because they refused to give up. They learned faith because they had to trust when nothing made sense. They learned patience because the promises they were holding on to did not come in an instant. You must do the same. You must recognize that every trial has a purpose. Every hardship is shaping you. Every difficulty is molding you into the person who can handle the calling on your life. Endurance is not built in moments of peace. It is built in the fire, in the struggle, in the moments when quitting seems like the only option. But you cannot quit. You cannot surrender to the pain. You cannot allow your trials to convince you that you are not strong enough to overcome. The pressure may be great, but you are greater. The storm may rage, but you are stronger. The battle may be long, but you are built for this. There will be times when you feel like you are walking alone. The people you thought would stand with you may turn away. The ones who said they would never leave may disappear. But even in those moments, you must keep walking. Even when the journey feels unbearable, you must press forward. Trials will test your faith, your endurance, your strength, and your patience. But they cannot take what is inside of you unless you surrender it. They cannot break you unless you allow them to. You will be misunderstood. You will be doubted. There will be moments when it seems as if everything is working against you. But do not be deceived. Trials do not mean you are on the wrong path. Trials mean you are being prepared for something greater. If you were meant to stay small, if you were meant to remain weak, you would not face such battles. But because you are called to something greater, because your destiny is beyond what you can see right now, you must endure what others could not. The pain will not last forever, but the strength you gain from it will. The tears you cry in the struggle will water the seeds of your future. Every time you refuse to give up, every time you stand firm when everything is shaking, you are proving that you are unshakable. The enemy does not attack what is weak. He does not waste his time on those who have no purpose. The fact that you are facing trials is proof that you are a threat. It is proof that you are being built into something powerful. There will be days when you feel weary. There will be nights when the weight of the battle feels unbearable. But do not be deceived by your emotions. Feelings will come and go, but truth remains the same. The truth is that you were created to endure. The truth is that you have been given everything you need to make it through. The truth is that what is ahead of you is greater than what is behind you. If you quit now, you will never see the reward of your endurance. If you give up in the middle of the battle, you will never know the victory that was waiting for you. The pain is temporary, but the strength you gain from it is eternal. You must press on. You must push forward, even when it feels like you are crawling, even when your strength is failing, even when nothing makes sense. You must keep going, because the moment you feel like giving up is often the moment right before breakthrough. Do not despise the trials you are walking through. Do not curse the hardships that are shaping you. You are being strengthened for what is coming. You are being prepared for something greater. The fire is not meant to burn you, it is meant to refine you. The storm is not meant to drown you, it is meant to strengthen your ability to stand. Hold on, endure, and do not give up. The struggle will not last forever, but the power you gain from it will. Keep going. Keep pressing forward. You are being shaped into something unshakable, and nothing can stop you unless you let it. The trials you face today are producing the strength you will need for tomorrow. Do not quit. Do not turn back. Keep moving forward. Your endurance will carry you to the victory that has already been prepared for you. There is a power within you that the world cannot take away. A strength that does not come from the opinions of others, nor is it dependent on circumstances. This power is unshakable, undeniable, and unstoppable. It is not something that needs to be earned or proven. It is something that already exists within you. But too many people walk through life unaware of the power they carry. They shrink back in fear. They hesitate in doubt. They allow the voices of others to dictate their path. But that is not who you are meant to be. You were created to walk in power, to move forward with confidence, to stand firm in the truth of who you are, regardless of what the world says. Confidence is not arrogance, and power is not control. True confidence is knowing who you are and refusing to be shaken by anything that tries to challenge it. True power is not about dominating others, but about standing in the authority that has already been given to you. When you know your worth, when you understand your identity, when you recognize the purpose placed within you, you walk differently, you speak differently, you move through life with a certainty that does not waver in the face of adversity. But the world will try to make you doubt yourself. It will tell you that you are not enough, that you do not have what it takes, that you should play it safe and stay in the background. It will try to make you believe that confidence is dangerous, that power is only for a select few, that you should settle for less than what you were created for. But those are lies. The greatest attack on your life is not meant to destroy you physically. It is meant to make you forget who you are. It is meant to silence your voice, weaken your spirit, and cause you to live in fear. Because if you walk in the fullness of your power, you become a force that cannot be stopped. Fear will always try to whisper doubts into your mind. It will tell you that you are not ready, that you are not worthy, that you need more time before you step into your purpose. But confidence does not wait for permission. Confidence does not ask for approval. Confidence does not hesitate when the opportunity to rise presents itself. It moves forward, boldly and without apology. It does not matter if others believe in you. It does not matter if the road ahead is unclear. You were not created to live in hesitation. You were created to walk in power. There will be moments when you are tested, moments when everything around you tries to shake your foundation. People will doubt you, circumstances will challenge you, the world will question your ability. But none of that changes the truth. The truth is that you are already equipped with everything you need. The truth is that nothing and no one can take away the power that has been placed inside of you. The only way to lose it is if you give it up willingly. If you let fear steal your confidence, if you let doubt take root in your heart, if you listen to the voices that say you are not enough. Confidence does not mean you will never face difficulties. It does not mean you will never have moments of uncertainty, but it does mean that even when challenges come, you will not shrink back. Even when fear tries to creep in, you will not let it take hold. Even when others try to shake your belief in yourself, you will stand firm. Because confidence is not based on what you see, it is based on what you know to be true. It is a decision you make every day to walk in the authority you have been given, to refuse to live small, to step boldly into the calling on your life. Too many people live beneath their potential because they are waiting for someone to tell them they are ready. They are waiting for circumstances to be perfect, for all the details to be clear, for every obstacle to be removed. But if you wait for perfection, you will never move. If you wait for all fear to disappear, you will never step forward. Confidence is not the absence of fear, it is the decision to move forward despite it. Its power is not the lack of challenges, it is the ability to rise above them. When you know who you are, you stop apologizing for it. You stop shrinking yourself to make others comfortable. You stop seeking approval from people who were never meant to validate you. The power within you is not dependent on their opinions. The confidence you carry is not based on whether or not they understand you. Some will doubt you, some will criticize you, some will try to discourage you, but none of that matters. What matters is that you do not let their words change the way you see yourself. What matters is that you do not let their doubt weaken your belief in what you are capable of. There is nothing more dangerous than someone who fully knows their power, because when you know your power, you stop waiting for opportunities, you create them. You stop hesitating when doors open, you walk through them with authority. You stop questioning whether or not you deserve to take up space. You take your place without apology. You were never meant to blend in. You were never meant to live in fear. You were never meant to play it safe. You were created to stand out, to rise above, to step into the fullness of your destiny with boldness and confidence. The road ahead will not always be easy. There will be times when you feel uncertain. There will be moments when you wonder if you are strong enough to handle what is coming, but do not let those moments define you. Confidence is not about how you feel, it is about what you know. And what you must know is this: you have everything you need. You have already been given the power to overcome, to rise, to walk with authority. The only thing left to do is to believe it and move forward in it. Do not waste time doubting yourself. Do not let fear hold you back another day. Walk in power. Walk in confidence. Step into your purpose without hesitation. The world is waiting for you to rise. Now is the time to move forward, boldly and without fear. Your destiny is calling. Walk in it. There comes a time in life when everything you have endured begins to tell a story A story not of defeat, but of triumph. A story not of weakness, but of resilience. A story that proves that no matter how many battles you have faced, no matter how many storms have come against you, no matter how many times life has tried to break you, you are still standing. This is the testimony of strength, the undeniable evidence that you have overcome what was meant to destroy you. People may look at you now and see someone strong, someone unshaken, someone walking with confidence, but they do not know the nights you cried in silence. They do not know the battles you fought when no one was watching. They do not know the weight of the burdens you carried when it felt like the world was on your shoulders. But you made it through. You refused to quit. You endured what others thought would destroy you. And now your very existence is a testimony that strength is not just about physical ability, but about the power to keep going when everything in you wants to stop. Strength is not given to the ones who have had an easy path. It is forged in the fires of adversity. It is built through trials, through disappointments, through moments that tested every part of you. If you had never faced hardship, you would not know the depth of your strength. If you had never walked through the storm, you would not know that you could survive it. But because you have endured, because you have pressed on when quitting seemed easier, you now carry a strength that cannot be shaken. Look back for a moment. Look at the things that once made you feel like you would never recover. The heartbreak that made you question if you would ever feel whole again. The moments of uncertainty that made you doubt if you had what it takes to keep going. And yet here you are, stronger, wiser, standing taller than before. What was sent to break you became the very thing that built you. What was meant to silence you only made your voice louder. People will see your strength and wonder where it comes from. They will question how you can keep moving forward when life has thrown so much against you. But they do not know the battles you have won in secret. They do not know the moments when you had every reason to give up, but chose to rise instead. Strength is not something you were given without struggle. It was something you earned through endurance. Every scar you carry is proof of survival. Every challenge you have overcome is a testimony that you were made for more. The fact that you have not been destroyed, the fact that you still have the power to stand, the fact that you are still here despite everything that was meant to take you out. This is what strength looks like. It is not about never facing hardships. It is about refusing to let them define you. It is about taking every pain, every setback, every disappointment, and using it as fuel to keep moving forward. The world will try to convince you that strength means never struggling, never feeling weak, never facing fear. But the truth is, real strength is built in the struggle. It is in the moments of uncertainty, in the moments when you feel like you have nothing left, in the moments when everything inside you is screaming to stop, but you choose to keep going. Strength is not about pretending you never hurt. It is about rising despite the pain. It is not about never falling. It is about getting back up every single time. You have been through things that would have broken other people. You have faced challenges that some would not have survived, but you did. You endured. You refused to let life's hardships keep you down. That alone is proof that you are stronger than you even realize. That alone is proof that you have something inside of you that cannot be crushed, that cannot be taken, that cannot be diminished by what happens around you. People will try to define you by your past, by your struggles, by the things you have had to endure, but they do not get to write your story. They do not get to dictate who you are based on what you have been through, because your past is not a weight, it is a testimony. Your pain is not a chain, it is a lesson. Your struggles are not your identity, they are evidence of your resilience. So do not hide your testimony. Do not shrink back from the truth of where you have been and what you have overcome. There is power in your story. There is strength in your survival. There is a reason you are still here, still standing, still pressing forward. Your testimony is proof that trials do not have the final say. Your testimony is proof that hardships are not the end of your story. There will be people who look at your life and wonder how you made it. They will see the strength in you and not understand the battles you fought to gain it. But do not let that discourage you. Instead, let it remind you that your testimony is not just for you. Someone needs to see that survival is possible. Someone needs to see that endurance is worth it. Someone needs to know that even when life feels impossible, there is still hope on the other side of the struggle. Strength is not something that happens overnight. It is built moment by moment, decision by decision. It is the result of every time you chose to rise instead of quit. Every time you chose to move forward instead of sit in despair. Every time you chose to believe that your story was not over, no matter how hard things became. Strength is not about never facing battles. It is about being undefeated despite them. You are living proof that trials do not have the power to break you. You are a walking testimony that endurance is possible. The things you have been through are not just random hardships. They are the very things that have shaped you into the powerful person you are today. Every challenge you have faced, every storm you have walked through, every battle you have fought has added to your strength. So do not be ashamed of where you have been. Do not look back on your struggles with regret. They were not there to destroy you, they were there to prepare you. And because you endured, because you pressed on, because you refused to let life defeat you, you now carry a strength that nothing can take away. You are stronger than your past. You are stronger than your pain. You are stronger than anything that comes against you. And that is your testimony.